Today could be Rodrygo Judgment Day. Today could be his last appearance in a Real Madrid shirt. According to credible sources, Fabrizio Romano, David Ornstein, Florian Plettenberg, after the Club World Cup, Real Madrid will have a meeting between Xabi Alonso and Rodrygo to solve his future. Real Madrid will be playing PSG tonight. And a lot of credible sources like Ben Jacobs think that Arsenal will plot a 90 million euro bid for Rodrygo. All Arsenal fans over the world are hoping that PSG go through so they can progress with this deal as fast as possible. Right now, Arsenal are the outright clear favourites to sign Rodrygo, Eze and Madueke. Now, we know that Viktor Gyokeres is forcing a move. He's refusing to play. He's refusing to turn up to the training ground. Pre-season starts in a week or so. We have got a lot to get into. Make sure you go down, drop a like on the video. Make sure you do hit that subscribe button. Yes, you watching there right now, 90% of everyone who watches this channel is not subscribed. So go down and hit that subscribe button. We are under 100 subscribers from 62,000. Now, lots of people are coming out saying that Viktor Gyokeres has put a 5-year deal agreed. And there's also people saying a 5-year deal has been agreed with Madueke. It is going to be a massive transfer window. I want to start by getting Fabrizio Romano's report this morning with regards to Noni Madueke. And it's come out he said the following. I'll bring it up on the screen for you guys to have a read right now. Arsenal will have direct talks with Chelsea soon to discuss Noni Madueke deal. Now, we know from Fabrizio Romano that this is a completely separate deal to Rodrygo, Eze, and, of course, Viktor Gyokeres. Reports coming out in January, just gone 6 months ago, that Arsenal could spend £250 million this summer. And that was excluding the Martin Zubimendi deal. The gap in valuation between the clubs, but negotiations will now follow to understand if/how to proceed. Noni Madueke has agreed a 5-year contract with Arsenal as revealed. According to credible sources as well, like Fabrizio Romano, Viktor Gyokeres has also agreed a 5-year deal until 2030. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see what happens in the coming days. Now, one thing that's worth noting is Arsenal must register Viktor Gyokeres before Sunday if they want to do a big announcement on their socials, because their pre-season tour, they will be traveling to Singapore to start the pre-season tour in Asia. I think their first game is on the 23rd of July. Sunday's date would be the 13th. You know, they're going to need at least a couple of days in order to sort out the PR side of things from the club socials. And you're probably going to need more time than that, to be honest, with regards to actually getting him registered. And then they want to travel out to Asia to start their pre-season tour. Now, a source came out yesterday saying from the 442 said Andrea Berta is determined to sign Eze to try and convince the Crystal Palace player who might consider accepting a promising defender as part of the deal. Now, we know that Crystal Palace need to replace Mark Gahey. The likelihood is now he will be joining Liverpool. They are outright favourites to sign him. But one thing is going to be interesting is this Rodrygo saga, for me, I believe this is just my opinion, should be solved in the next few days. If Real Madrid go out tonight, you know, it wouldn't surprise me if there is a meeting that's taking place in the next couple of days. Now, reports are coming out that Rodrygo will be starting on the bench tonight for the 5th consecutive time. Real Madrid as they face PSG at the Club World Cup. Surely, if Xabi Alonso is coming out and saying that he really values Rodrygo, he can't start on the bench for the 5th consecutive time in a row. It's clear to see that based off his actions, that Xabi Alonso does not have Rodrygo in his long-term plans. He's left him on the bench, played Jude Bellingham on the right wing. Everything tells me right now that Rodrygo will be leaving Real Madrid. Now, I personally believe if he does hand in a transfer request, you're going to see Liverpool, you're going to see PSG, you're going to see Bayern Munich, you're going to see Arsenal. Lots of teams will be heavily linked to the winger. Now, this was the Real Madrid team at the weekend that played Borussia Dortmund a few days ago. What minute did Rodrygo come on? As you can see right there, he come on in the 86th minute. That is not a manager who rates a player. That's just not that. I don't believe that for 1 minute. Then you look at their game against Juventus. Who started on the right in a 3-4-3 for Real Madrid? Guess who it was? It was Jude Bellingham. You go down and see what minute Rodrygo come on. Oh, wait. He didn't. He didn't come on against Juventus. So I personally believe, as of right now, Viktor Gyokeres is forcing a move to Arsenal. Noni Madueke has already agreed personal terms. And the likelihood is, in the next couple of days, Rodrygo will have handed in a transfer request if Real Madrid are eliminated. If Real Madrid win tonight against Juventus, their final Club World Cup game will, of course, be at the weekend when they play Chelsea if they get through. I believe the final is on the 13th, which, of course, is 4 days' time, which, of course, will be Sunday night. So, providing Real Madrid get through tonight against PSG, that could be Rodrygo's last game. But everything kind of reports that Arsenal are the outright clear favourites. Noni Madueke, I personally believe, a lot of people out there think he is going to be an Arsenal player. A lot of people think Viktor Gyokeres is going to be an Arsenal player in the coming days. Eze is an interesting one because Tottenham, we still want him badly. But according to reports, Arsenal are the most likely team to sign it. And you have to remember that he was once was an Arsenal player. Now, Dean James, this Arsenal ITK, has shared this earlier. Arsenal and Crystal Palace are getting closer to an agreement on an initial 45 million plus performance-related add-ons for Eberechi Eze. Despite the release clause, Palace are said to be in favour of the structure and the player only wants Arsenal. And that is coming out from this source here, who's the editor-in-chief of Court Offside. So a pretty reliable source. Surely Arsenal can't get Noni Madueke, Eberechi Eze. They can't get Rodrygo and Viktor Gyokeres. It looks like right now there's a very, very, very high chance, very, very high chance right now that Arsenal will sign 4 attackers. They've already got Norgard over the line. They've already got Kepa. They've already got Zubamendi, and they've still got plenty of money in the tank. Fabrizio Romano come out yesterday to say that the Martinelli links are very, very, very unlikely as it stands right now with regards to him joining a Saudi Arabian team. And also another player, and Fabrizio Romano has reposted this, reports on Rodrygo and Al Nassr are wide of the mark, same as Gabriel Martinelli. Al Nassr are working on different targets for a different budget, not crazy expenses. Rodrygo's focus is only on European football. And the fact that he has retweeted it tells me that there is a lot of news about Rodrygo going to come out. Of course, Arsenal yesterday announced that they would be bringing in Gabriel Heinz to part of the Arsenal's coaching staff. So it's going to be a very, very interesting few days. If Arsenal want to get players done and dusted, they need to get them registered by Sunday in order to do the PR side of things so they can then travel, have a training camp, and then play their pre-season tour, which will be against Tottenham and Newcastle. I believe they're also playing Villarreal, and they're playing someone else as part of the Emirates Cup. The first game of the season is away to Manchester United, where you could see Viktor Gyokeres line up against his old manager, Ruben Amorim. But let me know your thoughts down below. Make sure you drop a like. Make sure you go down and smash that subscribe button. We're only 50 odd subscribers away from 62,000, and I'll see you soon.